What up, guys? This is
Cheevo, guys!
back here again with another achievement guide. Today, we're going to be focusing on an airport for aliens currently run by dogs. It's also known as the Dog Airport game. This game just released on Xbox and PC on May 25th, 2021. It's published and developed by Scaffold. I gotta admit, the game is a little pricey at $19.99, but at the end of the day, it's well worth it for a game where you can pet stock photos of dogs. So if you're a dog lover, you're definitely going to love this game, as these are dog airports. I've played and completed the game 3 times in an effort to make sure I got the best and quickest guide for you guys. Ultimately, with my guide, it's going to take about 40 minutes to get the full 1000 gamer score in this game. Comparing that to the 4 to 6 hours that it would take to complete without a guide, depending on how smart you are, because ultimately this is a really complicated game with its own language. So first thing you want to do is just start up a new game. You're going to unlock your first achievement right away, and then after that we're going to press start and we're going to press teleport to safety. If you ever get stuck or anything like that, this will spawn you at the starting point in the airport. So that's going to unlock the teleporter achievement. We've already unlocked 2 achievements right away. After that, we're going to go to our pupper decks in our pause menu or start menu, and that's going to unlock the scrapbooker achievement. That one is going to be worth 10 gamer score. After that, you need to talk to Krista, because we will not be able to exit this cage until we do. You can go ahead and just spam the A button and just, kind of fast forward through all of the text, because at the end of the day, we're trying to get the achievements as fast as possible. Ultimately, if you spent $19.99 on this game, I recommend actually playing it, because a lot of work went into this game. Really cool developer, and I've heard great things about the game. Now, first thing you want to do is start petting this dog. You can do that by spamming the Y button, and you're going to unlock all of the achievements related to petting dogs. Ultimately, we need to pet a dog up to 704 times. After you have pet dogs over 704 times, you'll have all of the achievements related to petting dogs. So we're just going to get these knocked out right away. That way we're not tempted to pet a bunch of dogs along the way. We have 6 achievements related to petting in total. We get one for petting a dog 5 times, 25 times, 50 times, 100 times, 250 times, and then 704 times. So you're just going to spam that Y button and keep petting the dog until you've unlocked the achievement for petting a dog 704 times. There's the one for 250. I'm gonna go ahead and skip through the footage, and we're just gonna get straight to the petting 704 times. I'm not going to make you guys wait through that. And that last achievement for petting 704 times is going to be worth 100 gamer score. At this point, we're going to head over here. I want to point out right away that you can sprint by holding in the left stick. Now, shout out to Xavier Nelson. He's one of the devs for the game, and I had a ton of questions in regards to making this guide. I wanted to make sure I made the guide as best as possible, as quick as possible, and he answered a ton of questions that I had in regards to the game. Because the first time I played this game, I found myself going in a big loop. I was playing the game for like 3 hours, and I basically kept traveling from this airport, the starter airport, which is called Phobos, to the second airport, which is called Beachwell, and then I kept just traveling back to the starter airport, and it was just a big loop for me, and I didn't understand what was going on in this game. So I have a lot of explaining to do for you guys to be able to understand what's going on here. Okay, so first and foremost, you need to know that this game runs like a real airport. There's 6 airports total, and you can't necessarily access all 6 airports from each airport. Basically, each airport only has a few airports that you can go to from there. So I had a lot of work to do in regards to making the best path from airport to airport without going to an airport more than one time, because ultimately we have an achievement related to visiting each of these airports. Now, I'm sure it seems complicated right now, and that's because the whole game is in a quote-unquote alien language. So I had to pretty much solve this language in effort to make this guide for you guys, and luckily I have a lot of graphic design skills, so I was able to make this graphic for you guys that you can use in effort to help you get from airport to airport and understand the signs, because all of the signs basically say what the airports are in an alien language. So it's 100% necessary that you read these signs and you understand where you are about to fly to, because if you fly to an airport that you've already been to, you're completely wasting your time, because ultimately what we're trying to do here is navigate through all 6 airports, visit all 6 airports, and then unlock some miscellaneous achievements along the way. As long as we do that, we'll get an easy 1000 gamer score in about 40 to 50 minutes. If you're interested in having this graphic on your phone, maybe you want to look at it while you're playing, I'll have a link down in the description below so that you can download the graphic and use it. So basically, we're starting off at Phobos, guys. From the Phobos airport, you can only fly to one other airport. At the start, the only airport that we can fly to is the Beachwell airport. So for now, we're starting in Phobos and we're going to Beachwell. Now, every time we want to catch a flight, there's a few things we need to do, starting off with getting our boarding pass. To do this, you need to approach the ticket dog. You want to approach the ticket dog that matches the place that you're trying to travel to. So this ticket booth right here, if you read the sign, it translates to Beachwell. That's where we're traveling to. You can either ask the ticket dog for 1 boarding pass or 50. I generally ask for 50 and I pick up a handful of them just to make sure, because each boarding pass has a different flight time on it, and you want to have a variety of times just in case you can't find, the one specific one you're looking for or whatever. Now, first thing you want to do is go into this building right here. This is the passport building. What you need to do is talk to the photo dog, and he's going to ask you for something specific before he lets you take a passport photo. Now, for me, he's asking for a bottle of water. For you, he may not ask for the same thing. That's where this is going to get a little tricky, because this does have some RNG involved in terms of the randomization and things like that. But luckily, this beginning tutorial isn't randomized, so we're good to go right now. We'll find that passport dog a bottle of water in a second. First, you want to approach the ATM and get some free money, because dogs don't care about money. It's completely free. So you're going to grab some and you're going to unlock the free money achievement. It took a little bit for it to pop. It was kind of a delayed pop. Right behind the ATM, you're going to find kind of like a barista dog, and there's going to be a water dispenser to the right. And what you want to do is get a bottle of toilet water. And you're going to take this bottle of toilet water and you're going to take it back to the passport dog and give it to the passport dog. After this, he's going to let us take a passport photo. This photo booth will open. You'll walk inside, you'll press the red button, and you'll grab your passport. After that, we're going to exit and we're going to head over here back to where the ATM was, and we're going to pass the ATM. Now, as I mentioned before, the developer emphasized that this runs just like a real airport, so time has a huge impact here. Now, similar to a real airport, we're going to have multiple gates, but not all of these gates are going to be active. Now, what you can do is you can walk up to a gate. If a pilot dog is there, he's going to basically let you know that that flight isn't available right now and that you're going to need to wait until the boarding pass dog arrives, basically like the receptionist for that flight. Now, they typically show up 90 minutes before the flight. If you need time to fast forward, you can go to one of these little buildings right here with all the clocks. You stand in it and it will fast forward time. You're going to use this mechanic to make sure that you catch your flight. So my boarding pass that I'm holding right now is 14:08. So I need to get within 90 minutes of 14:08, and then I should be able to go to my gate. Now, we're going to go ahead and grab a bed from this dog right here, because another way to fast forward time is using a bed. I don't necessarily use this, but the developer told me that you can also fast forward time using a bed. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and freeze this real quick because I think it would be beneficial to explain the signs above the gates. Basically, it's going to show the airport that you're traveling to right here, and it's going to show the time of the flight right here. These are two really important things to make sure that you're paying attention to, because you're not going to be able to catch the flight unless it's the right time, and you want to make sure that you're traveling to the correct airport. I'm going to be telling you which airport to travel to, and you need to use the graphic that I created to make sure that you're getting the signs correct, because sometimes the gates that you will see will be in different locations than they are in my video, because the gates and all of the stores can be randomized. So your video or your playthrough might not necessarily be the same, but I'm still going to help you get through it all. So let's get the ball rolling again now that I got a lot of the complicated stuff explained. Now, every time you try to catch a flight in this game, there's typically going to be two dogs at the gate that both ask you for something. There's always going to be a boarding clerk dog, which asks you for your boarding pass. Your boarding pass needs to match the gate and the time. And then other than that, the other dog will always be randomized. Sometimes it's a passport dog, and the passport dog asks you for your passport. So for this tutorial level, all we need to do is give her the passport, and she's going to have a green check mark as well. Once you get both green check marks, the gate will open and you can catch your flight. After this, we're going to unlock the Embark achievement, worth 30 gamer score for catching our first flight. I'm going to go ahead and spam through the dialogue, and we're going to go ahead and land at our first airport, or technically second airport, because the first one was Phobos. Now, the second airport is called Beachwell, so we're going to unlock the Beachwell Interstellar achievement, worth 100 gamer score for visiting Beachwell. Now, from Beachwell, we're going to have 4 different ticket dog kiosks, meaning that we can travel to 4 different airports from Beachwell. Now, depending on where you get your ticket from or boarding pass from is going to distinguish where you're traveling to. For instance, that ticket dog right there was for Elf Planet. This ticket dog right here is for the Marinara Trench. And the third ticket dog is for Uranus. And then the fourth ticket dog travels back to Phobos. We do actually have to travel back to the first airport eventually. We're actually going to do that last. So don't travel to Phobos. We're actually going to start off by traveling here to Uranus. So we're going to go to the ticket dog that has the Uranus sign above him. Again, I helped translate that for you guys. I'm going to go ahead and ask for 50 boarding passes and just pick up like 5 of them so you have a variety of times. And we're going to basically go around the level, check the different gates, and see if we can find a gate for one of our boarding passes. Sometimes you won't find any gates open for the place you're trying to travel to. If not, that's because it's not the right time, and you may need to fast forward the time so that your gate for your boarding pass opens up. So first thing we need to do is knock out a few of these miscellaneous achievements. First and foremost, we need to collect a Black Orb. For me, it was located right here. The second and third time I played the game, it was actually located in the same place, so maybe this one isn't randomized. But just go in here, talk to Orbo, keep spamming A, and once you get to the end of the conversation, he's going to give you the Black Orb, and that's going to unlock the Oh No achievement worth 10 gamer score. After that, we're going to head over here. I want to point out that all of the different buildings have like a hologram above them that represent what they are or the item that you can get from that building. It's not necessarily like that with all the buildings. For instance, the one with the fire hydrant is the bathroom. You can't get an actual fire hydrant from there. But the one with the bed is the building where you get the bed. The one with the lamp is the building where you get the lamp. We're going to want to head over here, and this dog will be right here. His name is David Boney. After that, we're going to unlock our next miscellaneous achievement. That one's worth 25 gamer score. Now, the area where you advance time in the Beachwell Airport is right here. This won't be located in a random area or anything like that. It should be located in the same area for you as it is for me. So make sure that you walk in here, and you're going to fast forward time basically until your nearest boarding pass time. So the lowest time I had in terms of the boarding passes that I picked up for Uranus was 5:24. So I hit fast forward until I was within 90 minutes of my flight. So I should be able to access a gate that takes me to Uranus. I just need to go check the different gates and make sure that I find the gate that matches the alien language for Uranus. It should look like the one that is on this boarding pass. Now, there's basically gates on 3 sides of the level. The side that we're on was the only side that doesn't have gates. So we would have gates to the right of us, gates to the left of us, and gates on the completely other side of the level. So I'm going to start off with the gates to the right here. And let's see here. So this one actually matches. So this is the gate for 5:24 going to Uranus. I can verify that by matching the graphic that I made for the alien language. This time we have a boarding pass dog and we have a prepper dog, not the passport dog. The prepper dog asks you for an umbrella every single time. So if you have a prepper dog, you need to go find him an umbrella. So we're going to go to the umbrella shop. I just pretty much have to walk around the level until I find the umbrella shop. Again, it's not guaranteed that the umbrella shop in my playthrough is going to be located in the same spot as your playthrough, but it's probably worth checking because sometimes I found that even after playing through the game 3 times, sometimes the stores were in the same location even after playing through it 3 times. So I think it's randomized to an extent. Now we're pretty much back to the area where we talked to David Boney to get that miscellaneous achievement. There's also a skateboard shop right here. We need to go into that shop and talk to the receptionist, owner, whatever you want to call it, to unlock another miscellaneous achievement. Just make sure you go into that umbrella shop at the end and pick up an umbrella because we need to give it to the prepper dog. Now, you want to make sure you stop by a skateboard shop. The owner or the person at the skateboard shop, sorry, not a person, the dog at the skateboard shop, his name is Chad Shakespeare. We need to talk to him to get a miscellaneous achievement. So make sure you stop by the skate shop to get that Cheevo. Other than that, we're going to head back with the umbrella and the boarding pass over to the gate where we're going to be flying over to Uranus. You may not have the prepper dog like I do. Again, you have to give the umbrella to the prepper dog. There's a dog that asks you to do magic on him. There's a dog that asks you to throw a ball at him. There's a dog that asks you to splash him with water. There's a dog that asks you to give him a giant coffee. There's a bunch of different dogs, and you may need to go to the appropriate building to get them what they're asking for. But ultimately, what it comes down to here is every time you catch a flight, you have to give the boarding pass to the boarding pass dog. It needs to match. You'll get the green check mark for that dog, and then the other dog is going to ask you for a random item. After you give them that item, you'll get your second green check mark, and you'll be able to jump on your flight. We're going to rinse and repeat this process until we have pretty much flown to all of the airports. Once we have visited all of the airports, we should have the full 1000 gamer score. Now, from Uranus, we can travel to Patsville, Elf Planet, and also the Marinara Trench. We're going to be traveling to Elf Planet. Again, I'm taking you guys in the perfect path from airport to airport where we don't need to visit any airports multiple times. So approach the middle ticket dog, again for Elf Planet, ask him for 50 boarding passes and pick up like 5 of them. After that, we can go ahead and jump off this ramp. We want to head over to the right here, and we want to keep an eye out for an elevator. It's going to come up and it's going to take us down to the next floor, basically where a lot of the gates are located at. There it is. So jump on the elevator. Don't jump off because you'll fall down into space. You need to wait until it gets all the way down. And then we want to head over to the right. Again, you want to sprint by clicking in the left thumbstick. And what we're trying to do here is find the gate for our boarding pass. I'm not too sure what time it is. Okay, it shows the time up there, 16:33. So we are actually within 90 minutes of this boarding pass right here. And lucky for me, this is my gate. It says 1724 going to Elf Planet. Now first, you want to go make sure you talk to this cat right here. It's a petty artist, and he's going to give you a bunch of spray paint cans, unlocking the popular artist achievement worth 10 gamer score. So make sure you do that because that is a miscellaneous or missable achievement. Not necessarily missable because you could always travel back here and do it, but yeah, you don't want to have to waste any time. Verify that you have the correct boarding pass with the boarding pass clerk. After that, we're going to talk to the second dog. In my playthrough, it's a seeker dog, which is going to ask to hit him with some magic. Now, to be able to use magic, you either need to go into the library and get the magic book, or you need to go into the magic shop and get the magic wand. The magic shop is the building or shop with the top hat. It's this one right here. We're going to talk to the magic dog, and we can go ahead and spam the A button until we get through all of the dialogue. We're going to talk to him a second time, and we're going to get the wand after talking to him the second time. Next, we need to take the magic wand back to our gate, and we need to hit the seeker dog with it because he wants to become magic. So rather than pressing right trigger and throwing it, I believe you need to press left trigger, and that uses the item rather than throws it. And eventually you should talk to him after he has that magical aura over him, and he should get the green check mark and the gate should open. And if you haven't noticed already, in between different airports, you're going to have a flight, and you need to talk to the person or dog sitting next to you, and after you do that, the flight will end. After you arrive in Elf Planet, you're going to unlock an achievement worth 100 gamer score for arriving in Elf Planet Airport. Now, we can access 3 different airports from here. We can access the Marinara Trench, which is going to be located all the way on the right. That's where we're going to be traveling, so ask for 50 boarding passes and get 5 of those. The other 2 ticket booths will take you to Phobos or Beachwell. We already went to Beachwell, and the first level was technically Phobos, but we do need to go back there but not quite yet. So just make sure that you get 5 boarding passes for the Marinara Trench. That way you have a variety of different takeoff times. Now, this level is probably the biggest level and the most complicated in terms of getting around and finding the gates and things like that. I recommend just going where I'm going. You can find a few gates over here, and you can try to see if you can find the gate for your boarding pass. Now, what I like to do is go over here, look around the edge until you see a section where you can fall down at. Right about here should be good. Just fall down here to the next level. And we're going to have some gates down here. In my playthrough, this was the only level where I couldn't find the little building where you can fast forward your time. So if you end up in a situation where you need to fast forward your time, I'm sorry I can't tell you where that's at. You may need to look around for it. But luckily, I actually end up finding a gate that matches my boarding pass. You can find some more gates up here. You just need to go up that little vent. And you need to not only just stand above those vents, but you need to jump to be able to get launched up in the air. And that should be able to get you to that branch in which you can run up, and there's going to be a couple more gates up here. Now eventually I end up finding my gate that matches my boarding pass up here. That one was pretty close, but not exactly. We have a few more over here, and the one over there that I'm currently running to is going to be my gate. It's going to be at 2042, and it's going to be taking off to the Marinara Trench. So I'm gonna go ahead, talk to the boarding dog, make sure my boarding pass matches. I got that green check mark, and now we have a pill dog. The pill dog asks you for pills. He's addicted to pills, and he needs you to get him some pills. So we gotta do what we gotta do. We gotta go get some pills for this dog. So what you wanna do is you wanna look for the building that has the green cross above it. Basically like the hospital building where you can talk to the doctor dog. All we have to do is run up this platform right here, and we're going to take a left and just hug the wall on the right, and eventually you should see it. It's going to be the first building that you see. It's kind of a greenish building with the green cross above it. This is the one right here, and we can do a couple things here, including finding some pills. So next we're going to talk to the doctor dog and press the top option, and then he's going to ask what we need today. We're going to ask, can I get some medicine? And then just say, just one sick, thanks. And he's going to give you a bottle of pills. At this point, all we need to do is take the pills back to the pill dog. So just turn around and kind of go where you came from, and just keep an eye out on the right hand side. Eventually you're going to see that branch that we ran up to get to that platform. From here we can just take the bridge across. And this is going to be the platform where we found that second group of gates. My gate was over here on the left hand side, so we're going to run back to the gate. I already gave the matching boarding pass to the boarding dog, and the second dog again was a pill dog that wanted pills. We got him his pills, and that should give us our second green check mark, enabling us to go ahead and leave. And just like last time, we have the flight. You're going to need to make sure you look to the left and that you go through all of the dialogue with the dog that is sitting next to you on your flight. After the dialogue ends, press land at the airport. You're going to unlock the Marinara Trench Interstellar achievement worth 100 gamer score for visiting the Marinara Trench. From here, you can travel to either Elf Planet, Uranus, or third, and most importantly, Patsville. And this is where we're going to be traveling to next. So ask the boarding ticket dog for 50 boarding passes, and we're going to pick up a handful of them. Now, if you happen to go through your inventory and you have a boarding pass that's on fire, that's because that boarding pass is no longer valid. Basically, that flight has already took off, and basically it's completely useless. So if you have any boarding passes that are on fire, just press right trigger to throw them on the floor, as they're just bogging down your inventory. So, same as usual, we're looking for the gates. A lot of the gates are actually located in the second part of this level. I'm going to show you in just a second, but first we have another art cat over there. If you didn't get it already in the other level, you can talk to another one of those petty artists that give you a spray paint can. The difference with that cat over there is they ask you to basically make them stinky in effort to get that paint can. So you have to use like a stick of salami on them or rub some cash against the cat for it to give you the paint can. In my other playthroughs, I found the other cat that I already showed you guys that just made it way easier because he automatically gives you the paint can. He doesn't even ask anything from you. So yeah, that's the other way to do that achievement. There's multiple levels. I think the developer told me there's 3 different levels that the cat is available on. I don't know the third one, but that's 2 of the different ways that you can get that achievement. Now, you want to take that sky rail looking thing over to this second part of the level. And right here is the section or the little building where you can fast forward time. Now, right now, it's only 4:11. I'm going through my boarding passes. The lowest time I had was 6:56. The other 4 boarding passes that I have are around the 13th and 14th hour. So I'm just going to go ahead and fast forward to about the 13th hour. So that way I have potentially 3 different gates that I could go through because I have 3 different boarding passes that are valid around that time. So just increasing my chances of finding a gate that matches my boarding pass. I could have just went to try to find the one in the 6th hour, but it would have been just 1 gate out of this whole level that I needed to find, and I'd rather have like 3 gates that go to the same destination. It just makes it much easier. So after you're done fast forwarding through the time, we're going to go look through all of the different gates around the level and try to find the gate that matches our boarding pass. So I went ahead and fast forwarded it to the 13th hour, and now we're just going to go gate to gate, again trying to find the gate that is going to take me to the airport that I need to travel to, again, which we're going to Patsville. We only have boarding passes for Patsville. That's why it's so important being able to read that alien language or at least know what the signs say, because you could be traveling to the wrong airport and just totally wasting your time. So yeah, we're looking for the airport gate that matches what we have here on our boarding pass. It translates to Patsville, and the flight is at 14:07, at least for this boarding pass. Now we have another gate right here. This one's for 13:15. Do I have that time? No, I only have 13:50. Just double check. Nope. All right, so we're going to have to find another gate. There's another one right here. Let's see, 13:50. All right, so this is my gate. I'm going to match up my boarding pass with the boarding dog. You need to make sure that you tell them that you're okay with flying with the drunk pilot, if you guys haven't noticed already. That's the only way that they'll let you fly. You have to say that to the boarding dog. That was a reverse bribe dog. Usually the bribe dog asks you for something, but he said he was a reverse bribe dog, and he gave us a bone and gave us the green check mark. So that one was really easy. So we're back on another flight. Just make sure you talk to the other dog sitting next to you on the flight. After you're done with that conversation, you'll be able to land at our next airport, which again is called Patsville. Once we land there, we're going to unlock the achievement for arriving at the Patsville airport. That's going to be worth another 100 gamer score. Now, before we proceed, in effort to just clean out our inventory, we're going to go ahead and throw out all of the boarding passes that are on fire, because those are no longer valid. Those are for other levels, other airports, and those flights already took off. So throw all of those out, they're useless. From here, we can travel to a couple different airports, 3 specifically. We can travel to Beachwell, we can travel to Uranus, and we can travel to Phobos. We want to travel back to Phobos. This was the airport that we first started off in. However, you need to travel back there to get the achievement related to it. So ask for 50 boarding passes. Again, pick up a handful of them so you have a variety of takeoff times, and just make sure that it looks like this, traveling over to Phobos. Now, I got real lucky and my gate was actually located around the corner. However, there's a lot of gates in this level. This level is much bigger than it appears. There's some gates in the park area, which has a bunch of trees. That's also where you can find the area to fast forward time. And then there's also a gate located on top of the freeway. You have to catch an elevator up there. And then there's a whole secret part of the level that's like a whole town. You just have to follow the street. It's in the corner of the level, and it takes you to an area behind the skyscrapers where there's a bunch of other stores that you can access, as well as another couple gates. So if you can't find your gate, it may be located in that area as well. And for some reason, you need to fast forward time. As I mentioned, it's in the park area with all of the trees. Now, we went ahead and got ourselves through that gate fairly quick because there was a seeker dog that wanted to be hit with magic, and I already had the magic wand from earlier, so I just hit him with the magic as well, and it was real easy to go ahead and get those green check marks for that airport or that gate. So once you enter into this airport, you're going to unlock an achievement for traveling to Phobos, which again is the airport we started off in. Now it's going to look a little bit different. There's more ticket booths. We can navigate to a bigger variety of airports. You need to run all the way over here, and this dog will be located right here. He will never be located in a different location. This dog is not randomized. So to make sure you interact with him, he's going to give you a human heart, and at this point, you should be unlocking your last achievement, guys. At this point, you guys should have that full 1,000 gamer score. Let's go ahead and take a look, and there we go. 1,000 gamer score out of 1,000 gamer score. I completed this the first day it came out, and I was the third person to complete it on True Achievements. Let me know if you guys got the full 1,000 gamer score as well down in the comments. Other than that, I'd like to give a huge thank you to all of my Patreon subscribers. We just hit 16 patrons. I'd like to give a special shout out to everybody in the biggest fan club, including Tim G84, AOJ, Kegger101, Michael Banksa, and Purple Rain 6. As always, I appreciate you guys tuning in. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment and don't forget to like and subscribe.